And basically what it does in the implementation, let's go back to our project. Right? So here's the implementation of insert. Again, the idea is Control-C, copy it from the header file, and paste it in the implementation file, and make sure that we basically replace the function declaration with the actual function body. And then insert, of course, also belongs to the node scope. So this is a member function of this class. Okay, so what happens is that we get the new node. Right, so as this thing demonstrates, we have node, and so we have three nodes, A, B, and C. So presumably A and C are already linked. Then if we want to say insert, then we're going to do our manipulation so this node gets inserted between A and C. And we're going to make this insert call on the node A, providing node B as an argument. So let's experiment with this. Well, first go back to main, and we have node A and node B. So presumably we should be able to say node A dot insert, right? Insert node B. But since the function is asking for a pointer to node, just to make it pretty obvious to the user that you know, this list is completely based on pointers, we're asking here, we're asking the user to provide a pointer to node B, which of course means that we need to take an address of node B. And address of node B is a perfect initializer for the pointer to B. So we have insert. So we tell node A, why don't you insert node B into the list? And so here's the idea to implement it. So first of all, we need to take node B and make sure that it points to something that node A is already pointing to, right? So this seems to be the first step. So we say, okay, right here I call it new node. So I take my new node and I say, new node, what do you have? You have a pointer to another node, right? So by definition, this node contains pointer to another node. So, and I am giving this new node, it's a pointer to node B, brand new node, which I want to insert into the list capped by node A. So let's see. So the P node of node B, the P node of node B, because new node is node B, should be set to basically whatever node A already has as P node. Okay, so this way, basically, what I just did was, if we have this little diagram here, suppose that this is node A, right? This is node B, and node B is the new node. Then what I'm saying is that node B should take this value right here and use it right here, so that if this node A was already linked with something, then the link should not be lost, and B now is pointing to that other thing. In our case, node A is pointing to null, so this is kind of useless, but it's okay, so that we're not losing anything. And of course, the next step is that the P node, which is the pointer to the next node of the node, P node is the pointer of the node A to the next node, should equal new node. I think that's all it is. Let me see. Let me compare to here. Yeah, that's exactly it, right? So in the second step, we basically say we have a pointer to node B and its new node. And so our P node, remember that we were invoked on node A, should now be pointing to node B, like this. So this is the insert, mission accomplished. So make sure that B is pointing to something that it should be pointing to, and node A also should be pointing to the newly inserted node, right? So those two manipulations. Look, a strange thing is that every little piece that we have in this function is a pointer to node object. Every single one. See how new node is a pointer to node. Right here, P node is a pointer to node. Now I can use pointer to node to go to its P node piece right here and assign whatever I want there. So it's I don't know how better explain this, but essentially what we're having here is that let's try this again. Basically, we have this function insert, right? And so when I say I can, let me do it this way. I know how important this is, so I sort of like try to make sure that we're doing the right thing. So let's keep this in view so I can maybe do some scratch drawing here. So a function insert is a member function of class node. So it has to be invoked on an object of that class. And when we look at our main function, this is exactly what happens. We say node A, let's call insert on you, and we will pass a pointer to another node right here. All right. So this call takes place, and then this we can do it this way. If node A address is 0A hexadecimal, and if node B address is 0B hexadecimal, if we pretend that those are actual memory addresses, then of course new node at this point, new node equals 0B hexadecimal, right? So that's what new node contains. It points to the node B that exists outside of this function in this particular example, right? And then if we say P node, basically we go to the address into this address, and we say node B, right? Using new node, we're referring to this box right here, and P node inside of that box is this piece right here. So we say we have a pointer. So let's do it this way. New node, right? That's the pointer that I have. It's pointing to node B right here. But new node, inside new node, we have a P node. And the syntax to dereference the pointer to object is this little arrow punctuation character. And so what happens on this line is that the P node, of course, is this. Because remember, this function insert was called on node A. So this is the P node here refers to node A. P node refers to 0A hexadecimal, if we pretend that those are the two nodes. So essentially, we start with this node A in memory and node B in memory. Then we go into node B and say, node B, you should be pointing to node A. And then we say, hey, no, I'm sorry, node B, you should be pointing to whatever node A is pointing to right now. And we know that node A, by the way, to begin with, in our particular example, node A is pointing to null. There is nothing beyond it. And we also know that at this point, node B also pointing to null. So and that's what we know. So therefore, this is null right now, because node A pointing to another node which doesn't exist. So node B will be pointing to null. And then the next thing that's going to happen is that the P node of node A will be pointing to node B. And that's exactly what we want. Right? In our demonstration here, that's exactly what we want. After insert, we want to insert node B in front of node A and point A to B and make sure that B is pointing to something that node A was pointing to before insert was called. Right? We know it was null, but that's okay. It doesn't disrupt anything. So that's the manipulation, and this is the syntax. As you can see, this is very, very straightforward. Very direct use of pointers. In a way, this is sort of unique because every single piece here again is a pointer to node class object. Let's record this.